Hi everyone, Maya here from MaiStoryBook, and happy first Friday of November! Now, November has so many foods that I love, like pumpkin pie, pecan pie, sweet potatoes, and I actually eat roast chicken for Thanksgiving, not turkey, but it's also good. So, of course, this month's themed read-alouds all have to involve some kind of feast. And what better way to kick off this month than with this week's featured storybook, I Know an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Pie. So this book is bound to get you craving that Thanksgiving feast. Plus, it's your classic cumulative rhyming story. So with each page, the old lady swallows something new, and then it also lists everything she swallowed before. So this book is great for working on your little one's memory, so seeing if they can remember all the different foods that the old lady ate. But it's also helpful and fun to have a visual aid while reading this story to help your child follow along with a list of foods so they can read along with you. So I'll actually be using part 1 of our 2-part craft today while reading this story to show you how this visual aid reading buddy will work. So this is the Reading Buddy Visual Memory Aid, and it's really cool because with each new food that the story tells about, you just slide it out here. And here's the first one, and it's really cool because it keeps the rest covered while you're going over the new one, so they don't see the other ones. But with each new food, you can show here's the roll, and then the roll led to the cider, and the cider was caused by the pie, and it's a fun way to go through all the different things and point to them as you read the story so the child can follow along and read with you. So we'll be using this during our reading, and instructions on how to make one are on the blog. Also, these have another function to them, but I will be showing you that in part 2 of the craft after our reading. So, I think it's time now to get started on this week's featured reading. Alright, my friends, so today's featured storybook is I Know an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Pie. Ooh, I love pie. Do you like pie? Yeah? What kind of pie do you like? I know there are so many different kinds. Well, my favorites are pumpkin pie, pecan pie, and I really like apple pie with ice cream. So this book is written by Alison Jackson, so she wrote all the words, and it's illustrated by Judith Byron Schachner. So that means that Judith Byron Schachner drew all of the pictures in this story. And they have really funny pictures today, so I think you'll enjoy them. So the title of this book, I Know an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Pie. What do you see here on the cover? What can you tell me about what you think this story is going to be about? Yeah. I see, who's this you think? The old lady, must be, huh? She's got this green hat, some crazy white hair. And I see, this must be the pie. And who are these two over here, you think? Yeah, maybe her grandkids, or maybe like a family she's visiting. So it looks like these are 2 extra characters in our story. And look how big this pie is. Do you think she can swallow the whole pie? We'll have to find out. Are you ready? So here's our title page, and remember this page shows us the title, and again who wrote it and who illustrated it, and it has this cool picture right here, huh? Oh, who's this? Looks like a kitty. Let's begin. I know an old lady. So we're introducing our first character, the old lady. This must be her, huh? And what do you see about her? Yeah, I see she's holding the pie. That must be the pie from the story. And what is she looking down at? I don't know. And, oh, who's this? On a leash? Looks like she has a pet cat. I wonder where she is, huh? It looks like she's coming to someone's house. So she swallowed a pie, a Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. Do you think she'll die because of that? I think they're being silly with their rhymes. So rhymes are words that sound the same. I heard the words pie, dry, die all have that I sound for rhyming. And let's see this picture. I see some new characters here. This looks like who she's visiting. Yeah, huh? Who do you see? a mama, a dada, a little baby, and the girl from the title page, huh? In the cover. And look at here. Cat has a little one in his mouth. Or a little mouse. Well, let's see what she eats next. I know an old lady who swallowed some cider. So cider's like this apple juice. That is a big thing of cider, don't you think? And how do the kids feel when they're watching her? What are they thinking, do you think? Yeah, they're like, oh my gosh. She's like, oh, wow, she's drinking so much. And look at little baby. I'm going to drink too. Do you see the cat? Yeah. So let's see. She's eaten some pie. And now she drank some cider. So she drank some cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her. Wow, my friends. I noticed the words rumbled, mumbled, grumbled. What do you notice about those words? They also kind of rhyme, huh? Rumbled, mumbled, grumbled. It looks like the cider's all rumbly, grumbling inside of her. So she swallowed this cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie, which was really too dry. Do you remember? Perhaps she'll die. So my friends, looking here, I see that we have read about pie and cider. I wonder what she'll be reading next. And we can use this to help us remember, All right, so she had some cider, some pie. What do you think she's getting next? I know an old lady who swallowed a roll. A roll is like this little thing of bread. Have you had rolls before? Yeah. So she swallowed a roll. Uh-oh. She's eating so many things, so let's see. Let's add a roll. A roll. So she ate the roll, just swallowed it whole, the entire roll. This lady doesn't sound like she's chewing, huh? Just swallowing. Now let's see. So she swallowed the roll to go with this cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her. And she swallowed the cider to go with the pie, the Thanksgiving pie that was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. So let's see. She ate the roll and she's looking pretty happy. Like, oh, this is some good food. And how does the kid feel when the old lady ate that roll right out of her hands? Kind of like shocked, like, oh, my roll. And the cat is kind of like, what do you think she's going to eat next? Let's see. I know an old lady who swallowed a squash. A squash. What do you think a squash is? Do you see a squash here in this picture? I think it's this thing right here. So a squash, let's add it to our little chart. A squash is this vegetable. It's kind of like potato, kind of like pumpkin. It's this big orange thing. And oh my goodness, do you see it in her mouth? Yeah, and I noticed that her mouth is kind of shaped like this squash right here. So that's how I can tell she's eating it. How is she going to swallow that without chewing? How did she even fit it in her mouth, huh? Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh, a fat yellow squash. Okay, let's see what she's eating. She swallowed a squash to go with the roll. She swallowed the roll to go with the cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her. And she swallowed the cider to moisten, to make more wet and soft, to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie that was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. Oh no. My friends, look at right here. Why is she all lumpy shaped? What did she just eat? A squash. And how are the parents feeling about this old lady eating all their things? They kind of are like, oh, kind of worried, concerned, maybe also like, uh-oh, she's eating all the food. And the kids too have like a surprised look. And even the cat's like, uh-oh, how are you going to get that squash down? Oh my gosh, what is she eating next here? Kind of looks like salad. Is that how you eat salad at the table? Do you lift the bowl and go, ah, ah, ah? Not really, huh? What are proper table manners? Using your fork and on your plate. Well, let's see what happens next. So I know an old lady who swallowed a salad, a whole salad. She was looking quite pallid, quite pale after eating that salad. Uh-oh. Do you think maybe she ate too fast? How do you think she's feeling now? Not that great. I wonder if she's going to eat more. Look at the kids over here like, ah! Okay, are you ready? Let's see everything she ate. We added some salad. So, she swallowed a salad to go with the squash. And she swallowed the squash to go with the roll. And she swallowed the roll to go with the cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her. And she swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie that was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. Do you think you can get sick from eating too much food? She looks like she might get sick. Do you think she's full yet, or is she going to eat more? More? How can she fit any more? Look like she's getting kind of bigger, huh, with all this food. So looking at this picture, what do you think she's going to be eating next? Yeah, I'm inferring, so I'm guessing, predicting that she's going to eat this turkey, because it looks like she's kind of reaching for it, and the kids are like, not the turkey. Let's see if we're right. I know an old lady who swallowed a turkey. The whole turkey? What will everyone else eat? Oh my gosh. Her future looked murky. Her future looked kind of gloomy. After that turkey. Okay, let's see everything she ate. Oh my gosh. How did the parents feel? They're like, you ate the whole turkey? Now what about our dinner, huh? Okay, you ready? We're going to add the turkey. Okay. So she swallowed the turkey to go with the salad, and she swallowed the salad to go with the squash, and she swallowed the squash to go with the roll, and she swallowed that roll to go with the cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her, and she swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie that was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. I don't know, my friends. Look how different she looks now. What do you notice about her? Huh? After eating all that food, she's got so much food inside of her. She might just burst, you think? I don't think she can eat any more, do you? Let's see. Can you tell what she's going to eat next? Can you infer and predict what she'll be eating next? Yeah. It looks like the parents are carrying this thing in. Maybe she wants this, or what's inside of it. I don't know. I know an old lady who swallowed a Putt. Oh my gosh, now she can't even wait for the food. She's going to eat the whole entire pot. Oh my gosh, how do you even eat a Putt? Let's see, let's add it. I wonder how she's going to swallow that one, and look how big it is, huh? I can't believe it. Let's see it. Look how big her mouth is. To fit that whole entire pot, I wonder how it's going to go down all into her belly. Her belly must be so big, huh? Okay. So I kid you not, she swallowed a pot. She has so many stuff inside her. Are you ready for this? She swallowed the pot to go with the turkey, and she swallowed the turkey to go with the salad, and she swallowed the salad to go with the squash, and she swallowed the squash to go with the roll, and she swallowed the roll to go with the cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her, and she swallowed the cider to go to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie that was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. I don't know. She has so much food. What do you think is going to happen to her if she eats any more food? Yeah, huh? Ay, ay, ay. Look at, I see the baby down here, and what's happening here? Yeah, what happened to the mom? She's like, oh, it looks like she fainted or she fell because she was so surprised that this old lady ate the whole entire pot. Huh? She's like, how can she eat so much food? Do you think she's done yet? Do you think that's the last one? No. Oh my goodness, how can she eat any more? Oh, my friends, what do you infer is going to get eaten next from this picture? This cake? But look how huge this cake is. You think she can really eat the whole thing? Oh my gosh. I know an old lady who swallowed a cake. The whole entire cake? What? How is that even possible? Look at this kid here. What is she thinking about the cake? That it's so delicious? Uh-oh, how do you think she'll feel if the old lady eats the whole thing? I don't know. I want to see how this old lady fit this whole cake when she's already so stuffed. For goodness sake, a 10-layer cake. 10 layers of cake, my friends. That is so huge. Look at her. Is that how you eat cake? Do you just eat the whole thing like this? No, what should she do to be more polite? Take a slice, huh? But look at all of the family. What are they thinking? How can you eat this 10-layer cake? Oh my gosh, I don't think she can eat any more. We'll have to see. I wonder how big she's going to get. What do you think she's going to look like? Holy moly. My friends, I see her 2 feet up here. That means this is her whole body. And look at this cake, how she's eating it. Yeah, huh? What do you see going on? She's eating the cake like this. Ah! Oh my goodness. Okay, are you ready for this? Here's the cake. Look at all of this food she's eaten so far. So many things. Can you count with me? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things she's already eaten. And the whole entire thing, huh? Okay, let's do it. She swallowed the cake to go with the pot, and she swallowed the pot to go with the turkey, and she swallowed the turkey to go with the salad, and she swallowed the salad to go with the squash, and she swallowed the squash to go with the roll, and she swallowed the roll to go with that cider, the cider that rumbled and mumbled and grumbled inside her, and she swallowed the cider to moisten the pie, the Thanksgiving pie that was really too dry. Perhaps she'll die. I have no idea what is going to happen next. Do you? What do you think she's going to do? You think she can eat more? I really don't know. Let's see. I think she might burst or something. Look how big she is here, huh? And all of that food is inside of her. Look, it's bigger than my hand. Perhaps she'll die with all this food. Look at back here. They're like, what's going on? Huh? And see how big she is because she has all of this stuff inside of her. It all fit inside. Do you think you can eat that much? But during Thanksgiving, sometimes do you eat a lot of food and does your tummy feel super big because you ate so much good stuff? Yeah. Me too. I eat a lot. What are some of your favorite things to eat? Yeah. Some of those things maybe that she would eat too. Okay, let's see. Do you think she can eat more? Huh. What do you see going on here, my friends? What have they got? Yeah, I see, like, it looks like Dad has some rope and they tied it to her feet. And where are they pushing her? Looks like they're shoving her out the door. What do you think is going to happen if they're tying some rope And they're shoving her out the door, and she looks like really big and poofy, kind of like a, what do you think she kind of looks like that's big and round? We'll see. So she's got some string. She's big and round. They're pushing her out the door. They're holding the string to make sure she doesn't. Now I know an old lady who swallowed some bread. More food, some bread, but it looks like just slices of bread this time, huh? You see the mom with slices? So look here, my friends. I have the bread here. And look at all these things she ate. 9 things in total. Ay, ay, ay. And what do you think is going to happen? I'm full, she said. Full? Finally. So what was that last thing that she ate? Bread. And look at all these things she ate, my friends. So what's inside her? Bread, cake, a pot, turkey, salad, squash, a roll, some cider, and some pie. And what is going on here? What was the string for? They're using the string to hold on to her because she's floating kind of like a balloon, right? You know, on Thanksgiving, sometimes they have that parade with all the balloons. Have you ever seen it? It's called the Macy's Parade. And it looks like she got so big and round that she's floating away like a balloon. And that's why they tied string, huh? What other balloons do you see? Yeah, do you think if you ate so much food that you'd get so round that you'd float away? I don't know. And I'd be kind of careful about trying, right? Because sometimes if you eat too much food, you get a tummy ache, huh? Alright, so my friends, the end. This banner says, Happy Thanksgiving! Because it was all about Thanksgiving food and all the yummy things. That would be really silly if you had an old lady come to your house and eat everything, right? Would you make a balloon out of her? So my friends, I hope you enjoyed this story about Thanksgiving and eating this huge feast. This book reminds me a lot about my own Thanksgiving dinner and all the foods that I eat. And hopefully it reminds you too, huh? And I also know from this story that I learned what you should not do when you go over to someone's house and eat food, right? You should eat politely, so just take some on your plate and use your forks and your knives and not shove everything in your mouth like this old lady, huh? But I also really liked reading this story, and I liked how we could follow along with our little visual aid, this little chart to help us read along and list everything that the old lady ate, since she ate so many things. So thank you for helping me while I read this story. And I hope maybe now you can read it again and you can read it to someone, and you can show them this chart and have them read along with you. Alright, so for our craft, I mentioned there are 2 parts to it, and that part 1 was this visual reading memory aid that we had shown you earlier, and I told you it had another function, so let's find out what it is. So here is part of part 2, is this old lady paper bag, and I can open it up, and you see you can open it up to prop it up for you. And you see how I cut out this hole right here? This is her mouth. Super cool, huh? And it's super easy. It's just this paper bag and a cut out of the face and her red dress and her green hat. And you can stand it up like this. Just open up the bag. And so I think you know where this is going. But with our visual aid, if you might have noticed or maybe not, but these actually come off. They're just attached with tape, or you can use Velcro. And as you're reading the story, you can pop them in the lady's mouth. And it's really cool because this part, since there's a drawing underneath, that the child can still follow along while also putting the food into the little lady's mouth. So you could also make both of these before reading the story. But I think it's fun to start with this, and then you can make this after the story, after they know who the old lady is, so it's not just some random old lady. And then this way you can read the story again, and it's fun because now the child, as you go through the different foods, the little one can take off the food, and when the old lady eats it, they can put it in her mouth. Ah! And you still see underneath that they can still follow along, and it has the word written as well, so they can get some letter and word recognition going. And this is also really fun because you can use it to retell the story without the book. All you need is to bring your old lady and your visual aid thing, and you and your child can go through this together and see if you can retell the story, tell it to someone else in the family on Thanksgiving Day, and it'll be super fun and very interactive. So I hope you enjoy this craft. It's a fun one. So the instructions for this craft can be found on the blog MaiStoryBook by clicking on the link below. And you can also find the additional reading resources on there. So as always, if you do this craft, please reach out and share it with me, my storybook, and I'd love to see your reading adventures and see your own crafts and see you feeding the old lady with your own visual memory aids if you do them. So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, on the blog, on YouTube by commenting or tagging me, and all the social media links can be found below. So go ahead and check them out. Also, please comment, like, and subscribe to MaiStoryBook's YouTube channel to keep up with all of our new Read Aloud adventures. New Read Alouds come out every Friday, so stay tuned, and I will see you next Friday. So I hope you enjoy some pie in the meantime. But until next time, happy reading!